Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Pichu London at TA2. And to celebrate, we're having our annual All-Star Weekend. This season, we're heading to Greenville-Spartanburg Speedway. But first up, it's the All-Star Showdown. 14 drivers compete for the top 2 spots to transfer to the All-Star race. Nathan Hudson led the way with the pole here. At Greenville-Spartanburg, only the top 2 drivers from the All-Star Showdown will advance to the All-Star race, as 28 drivers have already locked themselves into the All-Star race by either being a chaser from Season 12, winning a race from Season 12, being a race winner from Season 12, or, well, not missing the chase but having a couple wins during Season 12. You saw already we had ourselves a bit of a scuffle on the very first lap of the race, but surprisingly, that didn't pull off the caution. The 96 Angel Navarro took the lead away from Nathan Hudson thanks to the drafting help of the 14 of DJ Curtis. And here's the incident we saw earlier as Mason Wood and Webster's Angarde both collided with together near the start-finish line, but because it was in the back of the pack, this did not pull out a caution. But RJ Bishop pulls out our first caution of the race. He gets hit, and the 24 Benjamin Miles also involved as well. A 2-car wreck brought out a caution in just the 6th lap of the race. We fast forward ahead, there was really not much action to go on for the first 10 laps. It's a 20-lap showdown. The All-Star race itself will last 30 laps. Navarro led to the restart. He led to the line, a couple laps. There's 3 wide action in the back of the pack. Greenville-Spartanburg's been a fan favorite of this track. With some of the drivers, they love this track because it has big wrecks in it, and it's pretty good racing, pretty calm, peaceful racing for the most part. When there are wrecks, though, like I said, the wrecks can get big. When we had a Pullman Cup regular season race back a couple seasons ago, about everybody in the entire 42-car field wrecked out on a single wreck. Hopefully we won't get that one this time in All-Star Weekend, which we probably won't because there's not going to be 42 cars in any of the races at this track. But anyway, the AT Jack Blake briefly took the lead from Navarro, but here comes DJ Curtis getting help from the 25 Matt McIntyre to draft him on his side and able to take that lead. He would keep the lead for a while, and Aaron Frink, as you see here, tries to battle for second and the second transfer spot against Matt McIntyre. Zachary Chambers moves up to the 4th position over Jack Blake. But then the top 3 of Curtis, McIntyre, and Frink would pull away from the rest of the field, and it would be down to them to compete for the win and possibly to transfer to the All-Star race. 5 laps to go here in the All-Star Showdown. Like I said, it's 20 laps in the Showdown, 30 laps in the All-Star race. DJ Curtis still hanging on to the lead. Matt McIntyre trying to wait for the right time to make his move to the lead, but he might be running out of time because if we get another caution during this period, the race is over and it does not go back under green. So McIntyre's got to plan his move right now, but it doesn't look like he's planning any kind of move for Curtis. It looks like he might even be playing conservative, trying to block the 7th from Aaron Frink from getting into the All-Star race by transferring to the top 2. Just 4 laps to go. DJ Curtis, he was last season's Final Four finalist, but he struggled all season. He didn't collect a single win in Season 12. As you see, McIntyre tried to make a move on him, but he just got blocked. And that might have been his last chance because the caution flag comes out with 4 to go. The race is over. Matt McIntyre does not get a chance to battle against DJ Curtis for the win, but he'll have to settle for a transfer spot. DJ Curtis turns his bad season around. He gets the win here in the All-Star Showdown as he takes the caution flag and the white flag. Here you see George Warwick, Mason Wood, and Jack Blake collided to bring out our last caution of the race. Surprisingly, only 2 cautions in the All-Star Showdown. It was a pretty tame one for the most part, so thankfully we didn't have those big wrecks like we saw a couple seasons ago. But anyway, coming off the final corner, DJ Curtis and the number 14 machine is going to transfer the All-Star race with the win in the Showdown, and Matt McIntyre, finishing 2nd, will get the 2nd and final spot into the All-Star race. Congrats to both of them on transferring to the All-Star race. Well-deserved victories for them, but DJ Curtis had the sweetest of them all, winning the Showdown. But anyway, let's take you out to the All-Star race itself. Exciting racing, 30 drivers for 30 laps here at Greenville-Spartanburg. But first, let's show you the results from the Showdown. And now our feature presentation, the 30-lap All-Star Race everyone's been waiting for, a Thanksgiving feast for many fans of the Beaumont Cup Series. And guess what? The runner-up of the Showdown, Matt McIntyre, actually started on the pole for the All-Star Race. And this was completely random. All starting lineup were completely random, so it is very possible for the Showdown drivers to get high position starts in the All-Star race itself. It is completely random qualifying like we've had in every race. So McIntyre becomes the first Showdown runner-up to ever win the pole in the All-Star race. And look behind him as he sees a typhoon of cars, 3, maybe even 4 wide. It's at the behind and the very back of the pack. As you see, McIntyre takes the lead on the first lap of the race, but here comes Kyle Collins in the 17, a former chaser in season 12. As you see, he's going on the bottom trying to battle for the lead. It's the very last race of season 12, the very last time these drivers will be in these cars for this season. And here's a battle for the lead again a couple laps later as Mark Riggleman goes for the lead against the 17 of Kyle Collins, 2 former chasers battling it out for the win, both looking to end their seasons on a high note and celebrate Thanksgiving Day with a massive victory. But here comes the 22 Jasmine Acosta. You saw earlier at St. Joseph she came within 1 turn of winning the championship, but it slipped through her fingers as she ran out of fuel on the final corner, couldn't make it to the finish line, and Nicholas Guerrero took the championship. Speaking of which, he's actually running in the 2nd position against the 6 of Riggleman, trying to catch up to Jasmine Acosta. Acosta still trying to heal the wounds she suffered from Zanjoltas as we have our first caution of the race. The 17 Collins we saw earlier battling for the lead. Didn't get to good luck later on as we see a couple drivers wrecking. Well, a lot of drivers wrecking, in fact, since there's only 30 drivers in this field. That might count for 1/3 of the field, in fact, out of the race already on those 2 wrecks. As you see, Final 4 driver Roman Rahal involved, Luke Walker involved, one of the 3-time winners. Jordan Davis was also in it. He's another 3-time winner in season 12, one of only 2 3-time winners this season, and they get involved in a big wreck. Jasmine Acosta would lead on the restart with just 20 laps to go. Daniel Voiles, though, a former chaser, going on the bottom. As Daniel Voiles going on the bottom here, battling for the lead against Jasmine Acosta. My apologies for the pause there. I thought I heard something. But oh well, it's live, so I don't care. Anyway, Daniel Voiles going for the lead against Acosta, side by side, heading down to turn number 2. And there you see Mark Riggleman trying to battle for the 2nd position. And Nicholas Guerrero also trying to get into the top 5. Guerrero trying to not only win the Guerrero already won the championship, but he's trying to win both the championship and the All-Star race. No champion has ever won an All-Star race in the same season. And Guerrero's trying to become the first. He's already made his pass for the lead against the 6 of Riggleman. You could see why he's the champion. He's been really consistent on many levels all around. Then Dion Scott would come up for 2nd all the way. He would work his way up to the 2nd position. And now here he comes going for the lead. Dion Scott against the 55. A lot of blue cars, by the way, in the top 5, in case if you hadn't noticed already. But Dion Scott takes the lead from Guerrero. And Nick Altendorf takes the 2nd position. And another Final 4 driver, Sean Harple, moves up to the 3rd position. But moments later, Nick Altendorf, who won the final race, who actually did win the finale race at Zanjoltas, he goes for the lead already as we reach the halfway point of this All-Star race here at Greenville-Spartanburg. And now Sean Harple moves to 2nd, but here comes Harple. Harple's waiting for the right time, and he gets it. Sean Harple takes the lead. Austin LaPlante and Michael Walton now in the top 5, looking to get their lead of their own, trying to draft each other to the front to challenge Harple for the position. Michael Walton, though, gets the better one. Oh, and look at this, LaPlante. He puts a block on it, and he gets the lead away from Sean Harple. But Harple's opening allows Walton to get to the 2nd position. And now these two, Walton and LaPlante, they were battling for 3rd before, and now they're battling for the lead. Here comes Walton. Walton doesn't want to wait. He knows he can't wait like Mac McIntyre did too long in the showdown. Now he takes his move right off the bat, makes it good, and makes it stick out for the lead. Dion Scott trying to battle for second against Nick Altendorf. Two similarly colored cars, by the way, battling for the second position. It got to 3 wide at one point for the second spot, but LaPlante took it away, and Nick Guerrero would move up to the third position. As you see, I don't know what happened to the 15 Altendorf. He lost a lot of momentum or something. But anyway, a battle for second, as moments later, with just 10 laps to go, Nicholas Guerrero takes the lead away from Austin LaPlante. Well, second spot away from Austin LaPlante. I'm sorry, Walton still has the lead. Then the next lap, pit stops would resume. Green flag pit stops would be underway for our leaders. As you see, Walton Guerrero comes down to pit road, and that would hand the lead over to Trevor Gelfi. Decides to stretch the fuel for at least one more lap. Well, he has to pit some way or another because he doesn't want to make the same mistake Jasmine Acosta made. Well, it wasn't a mistake, it was a worthy gamble. She just came up one turn short at Zanjoltis. But Trevor Gelfi, he doesn't want to take a chance. He's going to surrender down to pit road, and he's going to slow up to pit road. Chris Washer, by the way, also stayed out. He followed right behind him, but they both went out pit road. They had their stops. Everybody had their stops. And eventually Trevor Gelfi was off and running on pit road. He was still credited as the leader because, well, he pretty much lapped once the drivers. And here comes the drivers that pitted early. The early pitters. Guerrero came out first on pit road. It's a race down for the lead. Gelfi still is not ready up to speed. Guerrero is, though, up to top speed. Here they come, battling for the lead with a few laps to go. Guerrero on the high side. He'll make the pass on Trevor Gelfi for the lead, and he would not let go of the lead as Nicholas Guerrero would come off the final corner, and he would take the win in the All-Star race. This is actually supposed to be 6 laps to go, but unfortunately the footage cut off at that point. I wasn't able to get the final finishing. The moment he crossed the stripe to take the checkered flag, but no challengers left for Guerrero. Guerrero would just pull away from the rest of the pack and just win the race on his own, the All-Star race. So I apologize for the lack of the finish of the finish. It got cut off at the end, but you know, Guerrero didn't have any challengers at all, and he would take the win away from everybody else. So he becomes the first champion to win the All-Star race and the championship in the same season. So what an achievement for Guerrero. And this would also count as his 3rd career win of the season. As you see, 15 and 33, a little scuffle there after the race. After the race, they got into a bit of a scuffle. I don't know what that was about. But Guerrero, you know, the winner here of the All-Star race. And your final results, Walton charged up to finish in the 2nd position. Again, I lost the footage, my apologies. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the All-Star race. We wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys in Season 13. Hope you enjoyed Season 12.